Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another important concept in the circulatory system, that is cardiac outputs. What do you call that? Concept is cardiac output. What is this cardiac output? And what are the some other definitions? What is SV, EDV, ESV? Such kind of abbreviations we will be discussed very clearly in this particular video. Okay, children. So observe very carefully what is cardiac output. Okay, so that one we are going to discuss. The amount of the blood pumped out by each ventricle, the amount of the blood pumped out by each ventricle per minute is called cardiac output. So you know very well how many chambers of heart. Come on, right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. So how much they are releasing from ventricle, from left ventricle? Okay, the amount of blood pumped out by each ventricle per minute is called cardiac output. What do you call that? Is cardiac output, CO. Next one, it is a product of heart rate and stroke volume. It is a product of heart rate and stroke volume. Okay, this is important. Heart rate or pulse is the number of beats. What I am telling, it is a product of heart rate and stroke volume. Now we want these two definitions. Product of heart rate and stroke volume. What is heart rate? What is stroke volume? So once listen carefully. The heart rate or pulse. What I am saying, heart rate or pulse is the number of beats, heart rate or pulse, number of beats per minute. What is called? Number of beats per minute. What is that? Heart rate or pulse means what is called? Number of number of beats per minute. Next, pulse pressure is equal. Now another important word, pulse pressure, right? So the pulse pressure is equal to systolic pressure minus diastolic pressure. 180 by 180 by 120 by 80. So it's a normal pressure. So 120 minus 80 is equal to 40. So that is a pulse pressure. So systolic pressure minus diastolic pressure is equal to what is called? Pulse pressure. So 120 by 80, 120 minus 80 is equal to 40. Next, another important definition, the stroke volume. What is that? Stroke volume. So SV. What is SV? Stroke volume is the volume of blood. Stroke volume is the volume of blood pumped out by one ventricle with each beat. One ventricle with each beat. This is important. The stroke volume is the volume of blood pumped out by one ventricle with each beat. One ventricle with each beat. So next, another important one. SV. The stroke volume depends on ventricular contraction. So stroke volume means what? Is the volume of blood pumped out by one ventricle with each beat. So stroke volume depends on ventricular contraction. What is called? Stroke volume depends on which one? Ventricular contraction. So that is important. Up to here, clear. Stroke volume depend upon up to ventricular contraction. Next, cardiac output is called HR into SV. What is HR? Heart rate into stroke volume. Heart rate into stroke volume. SV is represents the, what is SV? SV is the most important. So stroke volume is the volume of blood pumped out by one ventricle with each beat. SV depends on ventricular contraction. So cardiac output is equal to heart rate into SV. SV represents the difference between EDV. Difference between EDV and ESV. EDV and ESV. What is EDV? amount of the blood that collects in a ventricle during diastole. Amount of blood that collects in a ventricle during diastole. How much blood is collected into the diastole. And ESV. What is ESV? Volume of blood remaining in the ventricle after contraction. Volume of blood remaining in the ventricle after contraction. So, amount of blood that collects in a ventricle during diastole, and ESV, volume of blood remaining in the ventricle after contraction. So, these 2 points you should have to remember. SV is equal EDV minus ESV. SV is equal to EDV minus ESV. So, that is the stroke value. Next, according to the Frank-Starling law. What is that? According to the whose law? Frank-Starling. This is important. Frank-Starling. This is a neat bit. According to the Frank-Starling law of the heart, Frank-Starling law of the heart, this is important. The critical factor controlling SV is the degree to which the cardiac muscle cells are stretched. The degree to which the cardiac muscles are stretched just before the contract. Just before the contract. This is important. So, the critical factor controlling SV, stroke volume, is the degree to which the cardiac muscle cells are stretched just before the contract. The important stretching factor, very important, the most important factor stretching cardiac muscle is the amount of blood. It is that amount of the blood. This is the most important, returning to the heart and distending its ventricles. The amount of blood returning to the heart and distending its ventricles. Venous returns. This is the important. Heart is pumping action normally maintains what normally maintains a balance between cardiac output and venous return. Cardiac output, venous means venous blood, deoxygenated blood return. Because of the heart is a double pump, because of the heart is a double pump, each side can fall independently of the other. If the left side of the heart fails, it results in the pulmonary congestion. So if left side means very well, pulmonary artery will be there. Left side of the heart fails, it results in the pulmonary congestion. And if the right side fails, it results in the peripheral congestion. Pulmonary congestion, peripheral congestion. So very problematic. Frank-Starling effects protects the heart from abnormal increase in blood volume. Whose effect? Frank-Starling effect protects the heart from abnormal increase in the blood volume. This is the important. Next, blood pressure. Blood pressure exerted on the surface of blood vessels. Blood pressure is the pressure exerted on the surface of the blood vessels by the blood. Exerted on the surface of the blood vessels by the blood. This pressure circulates the, very important, this pressure circulates the blood through arteries. This pressure circulates the blood through arteries, veins and capillaries. There are two types of pressure, systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. You know very well. Systolic pressure is the pressure in the arteries as the chambers of heart contracts. Diastolic pressure is the pressure in the arteries when the valves relax, when the heart chambers relaxed. Blood pressure is measuring using a unit is sphygmomanometer. It is expressed as systolic pressure by diastolic pressure, 120/80. 80 mmHg. So another important one, the arterial pressure is a function of cardiac output and resistance in the arterioles. The primary reflex pathway for homeostatic control of mean arterial pressure is the, so homeostatic control by in the arterial pressure by one reflex. What is that one? Baroreceptor reflex. Remember that one. So it controls the pressure in the arteries. That is called homeostatic control of mean arterial pressure is by the baroreceptor reflex. What do you call baroreceptor reflex? What is baroreceptor reflex? Tomorrow will be discussed. Once again, should listen very carefully, children. These all points must and should. So the amount of blood pumped out by each ventricle per minute is called cardiac output. It is a product of heart rate and stroke value. Heart rate or pulse, it's a number of beats per minute. Heart rate. Pulse pressure is a systolic pressure minus diastolic pressure. Normally 120 by 80. 120 minus 80 is called 40 pulse pressure. The stroke volume is a volume of blood pumped out by one ventricle with each beat. So stroke volume depends on ventricular contraction. So cardiac output is equal to heart rate into stroke volume. The stroke volume represents the difference between EDV, amount of blood that collects in a ventricle during diastole, and ESV, volume of blood remaining in the ventricle after contraction. So SV is equal to stroke volume is equal to EDV minus ESV. According to the Frank-Starling law of the heart, the critical factor controlling stroke volume is the degree to which the cardiac muscle cells are stretched just before the contracts. Important factor stretching cardiac muscle is the amount of blood returning to the heart and distending into its ventricle. So what do you understand from here? The degree to which the cardiac muscle cells are stretched just before the stretching contraction, that's important factor. The stretching the cardiac muscle is the amount of blood returning to the heart and distending its ventricles. Descending its what is called ventricles. That is important. Next, venous returns. Venous returns also will be there. During vigorous exercise, SV may double. So stroke value may double as a result of venous return. Heart is pumping action normally maintains a balance between the cardiac output and venous return. Okay, what I am telling should have to listen carefully. Heart's pumping action normally maintains a balance. What is that? Heart's pumping action normally maintains a balance between cardiac output and venous return. Because the heart is a double pump, each side can fail independently of the because of the heart is a double pump, each side can fail independently of the other. What's the meaning of that? That is important. Because of the heart is a double pump, each side can fail independently of the other. So double independently cannot. So both at time will be takes place. If the left side of the heart fails, it results pulmonary congestion. Left side. So maybe the lungs defect. Left. If the right side fails, it results peripheral congestion. Peripheral congestion. So Frank-Starling effects. One effect is there that is called Frank-Starling effects. Protects the heart from abnormal increase in blood volume. Protects the heart from abnormal increase in the blood volume. Frank-Starling effect. Next, blood pressure. So high BP, low BP. So if the blood pressure more than 120 by 80, it is called high blood pressure. If the blood pressure lower than the BP, lower than the 120 by 80, it's called lesser than the 120 by 80, it's called low BP. So mainly the blood pressure definition, what? That is important. The blood pressure is the pressure. Blood pressure is the pressure exerted on the surface of blood vessels. Exerted on the surface of blood vessels by the blood. This is important. Okay, exerted on the surface of blood vessels by the blood. The pressure circulates the blood through arteries, veins, and capillaries. The pressure is there, no? So the pressure helpful for the blood to circulate in the arteries. So the pressure is exerted. Which one is there? That is helpful for the circulation of the blood. Okay, circulating the blood in what you call arteries, veins, capillaries. Next, there are systolic pressure, diastolic pressure is there. What is the systolic pressure and diastolic pressure? Systolic pressure is the pressure. Okay, systolic pressure is the pressure in the arteries. In the arteries, as the chambers of the heart contracts. When the heart chambers contracts, the pressure will be generated. That pressure which is there in the arteries, that is called systolic pressure. Same time, diastolic pressure is the pressure in the arteries when the heart chambers relax. So that pressure is called diastolic pressure. So normally what is the general blood pressure? 120 by 80. 120 indicates systolic pressure. 80 indicates diastolic pressure. 120 by 80 is the very important. So which instrument? This is also need bit. The instrument which one we will use identification of the blood pressure is called, what do you call that instrument? Sphygmomanometer. What do you call? Sphygmomanometer. Very important. Sphygmomanometer. So here it will be work based upon mercury, BP apparatus. It is expressed as systolic and diastolic pressure. So what is that one? 120 by 80 mmHg is the blood pressure. Next, another important one, baroreceptor reflex. What is the reflex means? The primary reflex. What is that one I am telling? Baroreceptor reflex. The primary reflex pathway for homeostatic control of mean arterial pressure is the primary reflex pathway for homeostatic balanced control of arterial pressure. Okay, in the arterial pressure, balanced arterial pressure, because of which one? The baroreceptor reflex. What do you call that reflex? Homeostatic pressure. Okay, homeostatic pressure because in the arteries, because of which one? The baroreceptor. What is that one? Baroreceptor reflex. In the next class, we will be discuss what is baroreceptor reflex. Okay, and what is orthostatic hypotension. This one will be discussed in the next class. But here important bits, what is heart rate, what is stroke volume, what is the factor controlling stroke volume, and what is another neat bit here. So what is the pulmonary congestion, what is peripheral congestion, and what's the Frank-Starling effect. Okay, how it will be protects the heart from the normal increase in the blood volume. And next, what is called hearts, what will happen during vigorous exercise, what will happen the stroke volume, what will happen the stroke volume doubles, decrease, increase, or run, what will happen, that all the bits. And how can you write the formula about stroke value? SV is equal to EDV minus ESV. EDV means the amount of blood that collects in a ventricle during diastole. Okay, amount of blood collecting during diastole. ESV means the remaining of the blood, volume of blood remaining in the which one? The ventricle after contraction, like that. So many bits are there. So compulsory line to line we have to prepare for the clarity about this particular topic.